Wait. Hi there, YouTube. Okay, so just shut that space heater off. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Yes, I'm here at the club currently in the private dressing room. I was saying in the video that I did earlier this afternoon today, yay, it looks like that video posted okay, by the way, which was amazing and wonderful. Always so happy and so thankful when that happens. So yes, in my video from earlier today, I was saying how I got this drink at the store today. I actually got that kind of impromptu, like I wasn't planning on getting that when I went into the store before my shift here at the club today. I originally was checking out with a couple of things, and then the lady behind me at the register had apples, and I was like, oh gosh, I haven't had apples in so long. And I know that the store that I was at tends to have like good apples and a good price for them, or better price than the other store that I go to usually. So when I went back to go get the apples after my first purchase, I saw this drink on my way to the apples, and it just caught my eye because I've never tried this flavor before. It says that it's a pineapple orange smoothie. Sorry, I know this stuff reads backwards, but just for kicks, here we go there. It says that it has 20 grams of protein, and it also says that it has juices from 1/20th of a pineapple. I really get a kick out of the labels that this brand does. It says that it has pulp from 18 oranges. Pulp from 18 oranges. Pulp from 18 oranges. And also juices from 1/20th of a pineapple and 1/10 of an orange. Oh, it's 11 o'clock on the dot. So that sounds yummy to me. Yeah, I think this is a new brand. I've never seen it or tried it before. New flavor, not a new brand. I think this is a new flavor because yes, I've never seen this or tried this before. But the brand itself, I am familiar with, of course, Naked. I definitely like that brand of juices. I often go back and forth between that brand and the Odwalla for like pre-bottled, like juicy smoothie type drinks. I like them both, but it's been a while since I've had either of them. Normally that kind of stuff is more of like a summery kind of thing for me. It's also been a while since I've done a drink review on here, just like in general, because yeah, the drink reviews were more of a summer thing for me. Originally, when I went into the store earlier, my first purchase was to get a couple of these. I got a couple protein bars. I've done a couple of reviews of this brand on my channel before, but those Built bars are milk-based. I think it's mostly like whey protein. So yeah, there's a lot of whey protein, so like it's milk-based. Whereas this is more of like vitamin C, it seems like. How much vitamin C does this have? It says that this has 250% vitamin C. So usually for me, I try not to mix like dairy based stuff or like high calcium foods with vitamin C type foods or drinks. I try to keep them separate. I think I read somewhere, a few different places, that you're supposed to, in order to get better calcium absorption or better vitamin C absorption, you should try to space them out, those things, like with at least a few hours. Because I've heard that vitamin C can interfere with the absorption of calcium, and that calcium can interfere, like basically vice versa, calcium can interfere with the absorption of vitamin C. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I really don't know if that's true or it's just something that I've read. But just thinking about it, it seems to make sense to me, unlike most other things. So I've just kind of gone with that for a while. So yeah, typically I will try to have calcium type stuff at one time and vitamin C type stuff at another time, at least a few hours apart. So with that being said, it's already towards the end of my shift here at the club for tonight. It's, yeah, just after 11 right now. So I just have a few more hours until we close for tonight. So I probably won't be getting to those Built bars tonight. But you know, obviously this needs to be consumed relatively soon. I don't have the refrigerator back at the apartment that I've been staying at. I don't have that refrigerator on, and I haven't had it on for a while. For a while now, it's been off, and now it's also unplugged as well. So for me, the refrigerator at the apartment that I've been staying at is basically being used as a safe that I've wrapped an electrical cord around and locked up. There is a story that goes with that, of course. I've probably mentioned it to varying extents a few different times in previous videos on my channel. But basically, I have concerns that my landlord has possibly gone into the place that I stay at. So it's his place, so you know, I think it's against state law where I am for them to do that without like a heads up or consent from the tenant that's currently staying there. But regardless, it seems that he's probably gone in there when I'm not there at times. So once that became more and more apparent to me some years ago, I basically freaked out without actually freaking out, but like inside I was freaking out, and understandably so, I would, in my opinion, I would say. But yeah, so that was my little like way to react to that, to try to just like do what I could to put some of my stuff in there, like my laptops and my clothes and stuff, most of my clothes anyways, you know, like my laundry and just stuff, other things. So anyways, that's not really a happy subject for me, so never mind any of that. Basically, I want to have that soon because I am unable to refrigerate things at the apartment that I'm staying at, with the refrigerator being off and used as a safe instead. I could probably just keep it in my locker here at the club, the locker that I've been using for a while here, because the dressing room is yet again, the dressing room where my locker is here in the club is yet again freezing cold. It usually is. Last night and yesterday when I was here, it was okay, but that's more of a rarity, it seems. Whereas, yeah, most of the time it is freezing in there. So yes, I got this earlier today around probably 3 to 4 o'clock, probably like 3:30, and it's 11 now, so that's like between 7, almost 8 hours. But honestly, it's basically been refrigerated in my locker here at the club up until now. not my locker, but the locker that I've been using here at the club. We want to get technical about stuff. So anyway, but I was thinking, so yeah, since I am not going to be able, or not able, since I'm not going to be having, it's not that I'm not able to, but since I'm going to be choosing not to have these bars tonight, today is Monday, tonight is still Monday. I usually work Tuesday and Wednesday night as well here at the club lately. So that's 2 more nights in a row that I'm probably going to be working here. 2 nights, 2 protein bars. Maybe I could do a review for one or possibly even both of these tomorrow and Wednesday, you know, the next upcoming days and nights. I was really excited to see that the dressing room, this private dressing room, it was unlocked tonight. So yeah, I've definitely done a few videos here from this dressing room before, and but it is a private dressing room, this spot that I'm in right now. A lot of times this area will be locked, this dressing room, and not always, but usually, more often than not, this area is locked. So a lot of times for me to get in here to do videos, I will have to ask a manager to unlock it, which I really don't like to do because I hate asking people for stuff. But I almost kind of had like a feeling that it might be unlocked tonight. So, and because I knew that I, like, you know, had that drink and from earlier, I was like, well, wouldn't it be great if the dressing room was already unlocked tonight? So I checked this door earlier, and turns out, I keep thinking the corner of that chair is like my dress bunching up, but I guess it's just the chair. Depending on how, like, where I stand exactly, it looks like that corner of the chair is my dress, but it's not. Well, this part is, but that one's not. Okay, I'm trying to, how do I stand here? I think I have scoliosis, so my whole body is like off kilter. Like my hips are like off kilter, like everything, because pretty much most of your entire body is connected to your spine, they say. So if your spine's crooked, like with scoliosis, which I think I have, like pretty much everything, like your hips, your shoulders, etc., is like all thrown off. So I'm pretty sure my left hip is higher than my right hip, and one of my shoulders is probably higher than the other, although I'm not really too sure which is which. I really can't even tell. But I know that my left hip is higher. I can feel it. So I'm very like crooked and like off kilter. This chair is driving me nuts. I was intending to sit on it originally, but I was scared that you guys couldn't hear me if I was like far back here. It's also wobbly. It's like, so, yes, I was so excited that the dressing room was unlocked, for tonight. So I was like, oh, that's, when I check it and it's unlocked, a lot of times I will take that as a sign that I meant to do a video, that night, that shift. So yes, that was the case tonight, which I thought was great because I was kind of already hoping so with my drink that I got earlier today, kind of impromptu. Oh, but one other thing real quick right now before I try the drink. I am currently, I've mentioned before a few times that certain things that I do upside down in the pole for pole tricks here at the club, how can I move this chair? It's driving me nuts. 11:11. On the dot. Oh yes. So a lot of the pole tricks that I do here at the club, upside down and stuff, oh no, now it's the other side. The more difficult version of pole tricks that I do, those ones especially, I get extra nervous about my wigs falling off of my head. For anybody that doesn't already know, I wear wigs, yes. So I get really anxious about them falling off when I go upside down in the pole. It has happened before, although it's been a while, and I'd like to not have it ever happen again. If would be my preference for that. With that being said, something that I will do sometimes is when I'm feeling extra anxious about it, I will put this, I'll wrap this around my head, basically. I've mentioned that a few times on here before in other videos on my channel, but I don't think I've ever showed it before. So basically what I do, I wrap it, I put it in front of my hair clip. So I have a hair clip right here, and I put it in front of the hair clip and under my chin. It is very uncomfortable, of course, but it mostly seems to work pretty well. I was doing a lot of those pull tricks earlier tonight, like earlier today and tonight, for earlier on in the shift, today and tonight. I never know which one to say, today or tonight. It's basically both, really. But before, when I was doing those pull tricks, I didn't have this on. I didn't put it on yet. And I was really, really anxious about that. Like, it was really freaking me out. Luckily, my wigs did still stay on, but I could just feel them being loose, and just the anxiety factor and like the risk factor for me is just like, ooh, you know, it just feels really scary. I mean, it already feels scary going upside down the pole like that, you know what I mean? But with this additional factor for me, it's no fun with that. It's fun otherwise going on the pole, but it is also, yes, extremely scary, extremely risky, etc., etc., etc. So after a little while of doing that without having this on, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna keep doing this for tonight, I need to just put this thing on my head, you know, to just at least feel that little bit better about it. So, and I'm glad that I did, because they do have the smoke on, or they did earlier. I don't know if they still do. I've mentioned quite a few times, they put this smoke stuff on sometimes here that seems to make the pole especially slippery. I guess not always, because there was a time, I think either last night or last week, I honestly can't even remember which one right now. Let's just say recently. It was probably last night, but I'm already so scatterbrained. Recently though, I noticed one time recently when they had it on, where the pole wasn't as slippery, but usually when it's on, it seems to make the pole more slippery by a long shot, like way more so, way more slippery. And so I did notice that tonight because they had it on earlier, and when I was going on the pole upside down before they put it on, like earlier in the shift, there was a decent amount of grip to the pole at that point, but then after they put it on, just recently, like later in the night, when I went back on the pole that time, that was after I had put this on. So when I did it that time, I could just feel that once again, not once again, but yet again, the pole was back to being very, very especially slippery with that smoke stuff. So, you know, it just really affects my performance, like my ability to do pole tricks on the pole, and my ability to like grip the pole and just do what I would normally want to do and try to do on there for pole tricks. So it is frustrating, but luckily I'm glad that I had put this on at that point, you know, because yeah, it's a lot scarier, a lot more slippery, you know, usually with that stuff on. And anyways, so that's not that exciting for most people probably, but it's pretty important to me, and it's just part of what's been going on for my shift so far tonight. When I came in here a few minutes ago to start this stream, there was one guy in the club. There was one guy by the bar, and he already had like 2 or 3, like multiple other dancers, like, you know, hanging out with him and keeping him company. So, you know, I knew that I wanted to have my drink finally. So I was like, all right, well, I remembered that the dressing room was unlocked, and I was like, yay, I can go have my drink now. So just check my hands, check for dust. And I can also use this as a microphone, which is fun for me. I always like to check for dust, you know, because, so, I have a little joke, like a running joke in my head about like, oh, do you do that for other things too? But we won't go there right now because I don't do other things too. Anyways, or I haven't for a while. Ready? Everybody get ready. Oh, yes. Such a satisfying sound. All right, so first sip, here we go. I'm so excited. Oh, so this is mostly orange juice based apparently. It says that no wait, yes. Okay, so it says that it has juice from 1/10 of an orange, yet at the same time it says that it has pulp from 18 oranges. That's a little confusing to me. Anyway, but it also says that it has coconut water, 2/5 of a banana. Their math is so weird. Their math is very strange to me as well, but it has pineapple, coconut water, and banana. I like all those things, but I guess it seems to also be orange juice based, right? Or orange pulp. So it's like apple juice. The first ingredient is apple juice. It says apple juice, coconut water, and then orange pulp. Okay, so it's more like orange pulp rather than orange juice. So that sounds interesting because I was gonna say, I love oranges. Like I love oranges by themselves, but I really don't like orange juice that much for some reason. But yeah, I guess this doesn't really have orange juice. It's just orange pulp. Interesting. Anyway, all right, I'll shut up and take a sip now. Let's see. Oh my. That's really good. Oh boy. Okay. 10 out of 10. If it's a 10 scale, it's a 10. If it's a 5 scale, it's a 5. It's as high as it goes. It's really good. It's really good. I could chug this in 2 seconds, but I'm not going to right now. Good thing I'm on camera, or else it would go too fast and it would be over too fast. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh, wow, that's really good. Oh my gosh. I love it. I'm so glad I got that. Oh, it's so good. Okay. All right. Okay. I can hear people out there, and it's making me very uncomfortable. In conclusion, I rate that, like I just said, as high as the scale goes. 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 100 out of 100. Really, really good. Would I recommend it? Yes, obviously, based on what I just said. Yes, of course I would, absolutely. It's excellent. Really, really like it. Ta-da, the end. Okay, that's all for now. Honestly, I think I heard myself being called on stage like many moments before, but that is strange to me because I checked the DJ board. Whenever I come in here to do a stream or anywhere to do a stream, like if I'm at work, like at the club like this, I always check the DJ board to make sure that my turn is like way down the list where I shouldn't be called on stage while I'm doing these videos and these streams, but she's She just said my name again. Holy crap. She keeps calling me to the stage. You guys, that's so weird. I hope that I'm just like mishearing that. They do mess with me though. They definitely mess with me here for sure. Maybe they're just watching me stream and they're just doing, I don't know. Who knows what's happening right now, but I sure don't. All I know is that's weird because my turn shouldn't be. When I came in here, it was right after I had already gone on stage and there was like 9 or 10 other dancers underneath my name that were supposed to go on right after that before I was called on again. So as usual, I'm very confused, but whatever. I love that drink, highly recommended. And I guess I should wrap this up and just go back out there and see what's going on and apologize if I was supposed to be on stage all this time. Oops. Better go check on that. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to come back on tomorrow or soon to do some reviews for the Built Bars. But peace out for now and hope you guys have a great night. Bye for now, guys.